All right.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3. Hi. Am I by myself?
Yeah. Mic check. 1, 2, 1,
Wait,
2.
are we starting?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hi. What's up, guys?
That
Welcome.
was not a hi. What the hell?
It's my thing. I never say it.
Oh, that's his thing. I didn't realize that was his thing. Okay.
It's becoming my what do you call that?
That's your signature move?
My trademark. Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
Lonnie.
no,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. Welcome, guys, to another episode of Be Uplifted.
Oh, we did it again.
We're getting used to it.
I know.
We'll forget it next month.
I know, seriously. Well, welcome.
Welcome, guys. Man, I gotta say, we look pretty sick. We didn't even plan this.
Look at this black
at
and
all.
white fucking, and the same vibe too, like a hoodie, a tee, fucking. She got the black and white bucket hat. I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
Okay, I do want to give a big shout out to them real quick, if you guys don't mind. Shout out to West Wing in Hawaii. They're fucking a
No
dope
free
ass
ads.
brand.
No free ads.
Sorry, no free ads.
No free ads. But yeah, you guys can hit us up next time. West
Yes.
Wing.
Yeah, this one right here, you guys can hit us up too. San Diego, local brand, original good stock. You know what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so we decided we were starting a conversation before we started filming as per usual, right? And we're like, you know what?
Always.
Pump the brakes. Let's just go ahead and record an episode because why not talk about another fun subject that people can probably want to listen to, I guess.
Yeah, we were just talking about how like he wanted vaginas in his mouth, and we're like, oh shit, what would you do?
Well, it actually started with a
question.
question about vaginas.
No, the question was, what would you do if you were a woman for 24 hours? And you then said,
I said I'd play with my titties. One, and then Vince was happening to be walking by, and he's like,
oh, by the way, Vince is not on because he's handling business.
he's handling business.
Yes.
But Vince said that make $1 million.
Because he would be selling his body or whatnot, right?
I would show it off. Basically, I'd start an OnlyFans. I would Twitch stream in my bikini. I would just do everything to take advantage of the fact that I have titties.
Is that all you think
Boobas.
that women
I know,
No.
like what
are
the fuck?
good for?
That's exactly what's
No.
wrong.
He didn't
We
say
sexualize.
childbirth
No.
or like
Listen. You said for the day.
for the day.
Not
Okay.
not for
But you
not
wouldn't
for the year.
experience it?
No.
No.
Why not?
Look, here's the thing. I'm a content creator. You guys are content creators.
Yeah.
We all understand that there's a heavy advantage when it comes to women and getting on a platform and getting a massive number of viewers a lot faster than men.
Well,
I would-
apparently
so
we
I would-
don't, because we're just fucking getting all closed up and shit.
I know. We should take our clothes
But-
off, guys. That's the
But
conclusion.
listen, I would want to see how that is. I want to see how it works, and I'm fascinated by it. And I know from my experience working with other creators in different platforms that it 100% works.
So you are a believer that sex sells.
Sex sells. Oh my God! You pick up a magazine.
No, I'm not saying I disagree with you. I
Yeah.
agree with you. I'm just wondering if that's also your
100%
beliefs.
sex sells.
Okay, so if you became a woman, you would want to see how your body as a woman can gain you things, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
And if you had a dick, what would you do?
I would have sex with a girl just to see what that feels like.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what it feels like to stick your penis into something squishy.
And I want to know what it feels like, right? And I want to know what it feels like to get head.
Yeah, that too. Like, have somebody
Like from you.
right? You're with this. I want to know this. I want to know this. Yeah, that's true. That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
very true. And then also, I want to know what it feels like to like have that like respect. You know, like
Respect.
Nah, I just want to know what it feels like to have your dick all like.
yeah. Well, no, like for example, my friend used to say that when she would go to a restaurant or when she would like for example, she went to go buy the car. And it was like a Beamer, and she's the breadwinner, so they would always address her dude. And even though she was the moneymaker, even at restaurants, they would hand him the bill, you know?
Yeah.
And she's just like, dude, like, I don't know why the assumption is he's the one that has it all, and he's serving me all the time. She's like, I want to feel like what it's like to be, like, the one that people have this, like, oh, he must be the one with the money. Here's my respect, you know? Like,
Yeah. Sometimes, though, it's done because there's a lot of cultures that you can't speak to the woman.
Oh, that's true.
That is
That's
very
very
true.
true.
So just to be safe and not cross boundaries, you would immediately speak to the
Very
man.
true. I'm gonna tell her that. She probably didn't even think about that perspective. That's a good point. What would you do if you were a man and you had a dick? So just all dick stuff too, just like him is all Vaj stuff. I would literally do the thing where you swing it and it hits your legs. Is it? Wait, are they all that long that they can do that?
No, look,
No, honestly.
you can all do that. It's long enough.
Okay, that's what I mean. That's like
yeah,
an
yeah,
average
yeah.
length thing. That's not like a long dick thing.
I don't know. I don't know about that because but anyways, yeah.
I'm trying to picture some of the smaller ones I've been. I'm like, can they swing side to side?
It depends on the weather. I mean, if it was like 85 degrees, things are like.
Do you believe that there are truly growers and there are truly showers?
Yeah.
Same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But also, is it true that whenever somebody is a shower, they don't necessarily grow any longer than
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know that was a thing until I had experienced that and then some women, that's why I asked, because some women are like, that's not true. Like, how much bigger can their dick get? And I'm like, no, I've actually seen guys that I was like, and then they got hard and it was like, oh, like, okay, you're a grower, you're not a shower. And then I've seen the opposite where it barely changed, and you're like, oh, you're already showing what you got. Like, that's all you got for me.
Yeah, I'm too small to have a big one because then I'd pass out. All that blood just from
Queer Rich. Okay, so you're talking about titties, right?
yeah, titties.
Just
boobas,
like
boobas, love
the
boobas.
feeling of how heavy it is, or the nipples. I want to know the details.
Just being able to just at any time, any given time, just play with them.
He's just gonna be like this.
Wait, as a man, out of curiosity, okay, obviously you guys sexualize women, blah, 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 whatever. But do you just like how it feels too? Just as a man, when you play with titties, is it always oh yeah, fuck yeah, I want to fuck these titties? Or is it just oh, they're squishy? Is there ever a
It's
a
so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
a playful weird hand asphyxiation? I can't speak English. Hand asphyxiation,
Okay.
asphyxiation.
It wouldn't be a queer rich answer if it didn't have to go back
To
the origin
science
of
and
it.
history?
Science,
Here
right?
we go. Okay, go ahead.
It's all about being able to feed my youngins, your child. That's why guys are fascinated with women that have wider hips and big bosoms, because the one, they have the ability to bear the child.
What
and
about
two,
big asses then?
I'm saying you'd be able to carry the child.
Yeah, but
Right.
sometimes you don't have big hips and you have a big ass.
Okay, same thing.
Okay.
The bigger look, if you ever look back to old fertility statues or those things they have big asses
Yeah.
and big boobs. It's because that's technically what carries the child, your hips, and then this bottom end, right? And then the breasts, the big supple breasts that will be able to
Supple breasts.
they'll be able to adequately feed your offspring. Yeah, but so when I look at it, I'm like, it just, I don't know. They're just so amazing that, they're just so amazing to have in your hand.
So part of it is just an amazement factor, not necessarily a boner factor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't know.
Okay, question, Queer Rich. When your ex-wife was pregnant and did she breastfeed?
Yes.
Okay, did you ever taste her breast milk?
Yeah, accidentally, I think. I'm not sure.
Accidentally?
It's sweet, huh? That's what everybody says. It's sweet.
I don't know, but look,
Have you tried it?
with all due respect,
Yeah, it was kind of sweet, but I'm not. It was almost like evaporated milk. You know,
I'm lactose intolerant.
It depends too on when.
so is Anthony.
I think it depends too on when you actually try, because at first it's like that. You're not getting much, right? Especially when you're pumping, you're getting more what looks like pus,
Right.
and then eventually it's really milk. So
Right.
I forget the name of that. What the early stages of it is.
Now you're gonna bug me because I know what you're talking about and I don't know the name of it either.
Right, 'cause you're just
colostrum.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're just getting just a tiny bit.
She's like, I don't know.
But
I'm like, almond milk? Silk milk? The fuck?
Oh, that's actually a better way to describe it. It's more like almond milk,
Oh, is
thin
it?
but sweet. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
Cantaloupe. Oh.
Cantaloupes. Oh yeah.
Cantaloupe
Okay.
juice. Oh,
Oh, that sounds so good.
Cantaloupe juice is bomb.
to be
we're
honest-
all getting off track.
To be honest with you, I'm really trying to like think back, but not think back because of the
Yeah.
of the individual you know what I'm
Right.
saying. I'm not like trying to relive memories.
I get it.
So I'm like, damn, I really want to go back that far,
But I can't. I
but
blocked it out.
not that far.
You know what I want
Thanks,
to
Lonnie.
do? I'm sorry. You know what I want to do? I want to feel like implant titties. Feel like.
Oh, yeah, some of them.
No, but but honestly, I forget. But I honestly forget because yours looks just so
Mine are
naturally.
so good. That's why
Yeah.
they feel like normal.
Did you get
even
them?
to me?
Did you get them bigger so that they actually hang? Because that's the thing, right? Like I think if you get a higher CC, it actually tends to drop more.
Yeah,
So
and I got a doctor that does the surgery beneath the muscle and not on top.
oh, okay.
So when you do it under the muscle, it makes it hang how your breast normally would
Right,
hang.
right.
So that's
But
why mine looks super natural.
I thought you just got lifted.
No, I got a lift and then I got a fill for it to be the size I was before I had breasts. Before I breastfed. Yeah.
Before they flattened.
Yeah, before they flattened. So
just-
I was like, these are my tits before. Make them look like this. He's like, okay.
I just want to lift.
Yeah, because you have a lot already that you're working with. But then if you have babies, it's not going to be like that.
That's what I heard.
It flattened.
It literally flattens. But anyways, reeling it back in.
Sorry, guys.
So if you could be a woman for 24 hours, you would use your sexuality to its advantage.
Yes.
So going back to another question that we were starting.
Are you joining us?
You
Vince
gonna
is
join
over
us? You gonna join us? No?
there. No, we got.
Come on.
Just plug the mic in. Sit over there.
You know you want to.
Nike,
We'll
just
scoot
do
over.
it.
Just do it.
Just
okay, so
do
that
it.
was another question that we had, right? Was so you said that you'd do all this like sexual OnlyFans, like blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Do you perceive the women that do that as a man, like from the man's perspective now? Do you think that those women are like hoes, or are you like, no, they're still respectable women? Like, how do you feel people will perceive those type of women, or how do you?
I look at it as a business.
Okay.
I look at it like you can't just instantly tag them as hoes or whatever. It's like men use their bodies to make money too in construction work.
In their own way. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that when it comes, especially in this day and age, if you have the ability to create a business, you create a business. I don't really care what it is. And I think that, when we get past those stigmas,
Yeah.
I think that's when we become a little bit more
Happier as people,
happier,
for
yeah.
sure.
But I would never tag them as hoes, as heathens, and
So you would date a stripper or a porn star?
Yep.
Okay. What about you? How do you feel as a woman? Like, would you be one to look down on other women if they had those kind of jobs?
No, I mean, obviously they didn't grow up thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna become a stripper. You know, like they had their reasons to, and if it's to get a hustle, get your education or whatever, like I respect it.
Same.
You do what you got to do at the end of the day.
I wonder that a lot because, since Anthony works at a strip club, I hear that a lot from people like, oh my gosh, like, why do they work there? Do you talk to those girls as if they're like, they're beneath the normal, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, and I've had to explain to like a few groups of people, like, no, they're actually really like, they're normal people. There's
They're
not
chill.
like, you know what I mean? There's not like something wrong with them. Maybe they do have trauma. Maybe they don't, like, I don't know. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to think about it that way too, though. It's like, do you really think that they're gonna they think their career is gonna be becoming a stripper or a porn star or whatever the fuck it is? Like, I mean, for me, I obviously wouldn't be able to do that, but if I had to provide for my family or for my kids or something, like, unfortunately, I'm gonna really, really, really have to think about that, and that's gonna be like my last option. But
I have heard girls say, like, I don't know why you think that I have to have trauma. Maybe I just like to, maybe I'm just comfortable in my body. And I respect that too,
Yes,
Maybe you don't have a deep ass reason. Maybe she just, that's what she wants to do. Then more power to her. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, I guess the same question goes from me to you. Like, do you feel like it fucks us up in the long run for that?
I only think it fucks women up when, you know how like rape is a big thing because men say like, well, she asked for it. You know, she was dressing like a hoe and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
When we can break that, where men don't feel like there's this right that they have just because women dress a certain way, then I think there's no problem at all. Women should be able to dress how they want, have any occupation that they want, dance just like men can do whatever the fuck they want, as long as it's not this like, well, you dress like this, so you must want to get fucked. You know what I mean? Like, if you can break that stigma, then I think we're good, you know?
That's a whole nother conversation in itself.
Yeah.
But that conversation though is that a lot of times women say that more than men.
What?
Oh, she's dressed like that, so she was
asked
asking for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean on both ends, not just men saying that, like women too. Like if women stop judging other women, then maybe we can actually find a place of like, maybe she's just doing that for a job. You know what I mean? She didn't ask to get fucking raped or looked at a certain way. You know, that's just a job for her, you know, like, because I don't think it should matter, but some people do is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just not that judgmental.
Same. That's the thing.
I think that, you know, I think going back to, you know, I guess, you know, the classic Roman Catholic Filipino family.
Right.
Some, you know, you're obviously going to go, you know, it doesn't take me far to go take a step back and run into a family member that would highly oppose such a thing.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Like even for me, because like on Instagram, I've taken sexy pictures, right? And I've posted pictures with me, quote unquote, naked, half naked. And I know that I have family that like rolls their eyes and like, what the fuck is she doing? She's a mom now, you know, like, or who the fuck does she think she is? She thinks she's all hot and shit. And it's
She's
like
a hot ass mom. Fuck you guys.
You know, and I'm like, and it does make me think twice, like, oh my God, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. And then I have to reel myself back.
No, hey, listen.
You know?
Auntie Tita Linda, you and your 7 husbands,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, some of these people have been divorced and married like multiple times. That, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I've been labeled before as the black sheep in my family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I fucking took a couple sexy pictures online, like, how is that? I'm not really hurting anybody or doing anything wrong, you know? So I don't understand why there's that association that, like, if you do use your body, you must be beneath people, you know?
Or like, oh, she doesn't respect herself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe I just am confident, you know? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's just like the curves.
I love how mad you got about that. That made me feel like, yeah, you get him, Kuya.
No, because it is such hypocrisy, right? There's always somebody that's going to be all up in your shit and telling you what all the bad things that you do. Then then they turn around and they're the ones. It's like, again, like remember like the last podcast I was talking about, like listening to too many podcasts and going on the internet. You know, you had all those guys that talking about like, oh, you got to be faithful to your wife and this is how you become faithful to your wife. Then you find out that they have like numerous mistresses.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, shit like that. It's like, listen, I don't give a fuck about y'all. I'm gonna do it my way. And if my friends are half naked on Instagram, guess what?
More power to them,
more
right?
More power to them. More pictures for me to look at.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then part of me also thinks of it as like maybe they're just jealous because they didn't get to do what we're doing right now.
Yeah. People be real mad until you become successful. You know what I mean? And then mad that they didn't do it first.
And then they brag that they were with you the whole.
I know, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh! And then they try to take credit for it.
Yeah, the same auntie will be coming back like in the next year or so, going, "I knew you'd make it. I look at your pictures and go, oh, she's so beautiful."
It's like, oh really? You weren't saying that it was stupid that we were doing a podcast for free for a hot minute there? You guys didn't think that was stupid?
Wait.
Okay.
We're not getting paid.
No, this is all for free. This is social work. You just kidding.
But no, yeah. So I mean, if I was a female, I would take full advantage of it, and I would give no fucks.
What are some questions that you as a man have about the vagina?
Ooh.
Not to say that we have every answer because we're not like fucking gynecologists, but like so say you're a woman for a day, like what would you like want to explore, want to know, like not necessarily sexually, but like, you know, like how do you wash it? How do you maintain it? Like, do you have questions as a man? Do you ever wonder? He's all no. I just like to put it in.
He's like, do you even question like one of my questions about it? Maybe this could help you too, Rich. Is like, they said they're like, oh, I want to know what it feels like to come as a woman and a man? Like, does it feel the same?
I want to know what that feels like too.
I'm curious.
That would be so
Well, that's a
interesting.
good one. Like, does it feel the same?
Yeah, like internally. That's a good question.
I was
I
always
feel like
curious.
men orgasms look like it feels better than women.
Right.
Like, because it's just like,
But I
it's
think-
so good that it's just
just like,
exploding out of them.
Look, I think
Like,
I think,
yes.
in your
Okay.
face.
So I think you guys have that. I won't say misconception, but I think you guys have that because of you could actually see it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's an actual byproduct of
Right.
it. But realistically,
But
that,
women squirt too. So, and I feel like theirs are better than women's that don't squirt, right?
Well,
like, you must be having something real good going on
No.
there.
Right.
secret is a lot of those girls are actually
Peeing. Yeah, I know. I've heard.
Yeah, but
Ew.
it's more like a squeezing, pumping, like I don't know.
On the inside of you?
Ugh.
Well, it's a pump, right? So
Yeah.
you're feeling that ejaculation, so to speak, that thrust, that boom, boom, like trying to get your seed from one point to the other. I mean,
How would
that's
you
how I feel.
describe? That's almost like a girl orgasm too. There's some sort of like a pumping thing happening too. So maybe it does feel the
Well,
same.
because your clitoris is pretty much like a.
I'm all
short
like,
penis.
we need a doctor here to describe
Yeah.
what happens on the inside,
Well, your muscles tighten up,
right?
and then it starts to. It starts to squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
So the inner walls of your labia would actually start to squeeze and pump, and then at
So
that.
do you think it feels the same?
I think it probably feels the same because at that same time your clitoris becomes engorged, so it gets bigger and everything gets tight, and then you just pumping, just like that.
Bumping.
I don't know how else to describe it. I've seen a lot of vaginas, both physically and medically. So I don't really have a lot of questions.
Are balls heavy? I have a question.
Right.
Like, you know how girls with boobs, they say like, especially
Your
girls
back
with
hurts?
bigger boobs,
Yeah.
yeah, their back hurts, or they want to get like, which I totally get, and they want to get boob reduction because it feels like it's pulling, like you have gallons, like literally holding
Yeah.
in the front with skin. Are balls heavy like that?
No.
Are they light? Do
They're-
you feel them?
Well, you
I mean, I know you feel them, but like, do you feel them hanging? Like, do they feel like they're hanging?
Well, you're if you wear boxers or briefs, they kind of like get supported up, right? And the thing with balls is that it depends on, depends on the weather. So the cooler it is, the more it actually rises up and it goes more towards your body for warmth, because it has to keep your sperm warm or they die out. And then
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So when it gets
I
hot,
didn't even think about that. That's why it goes up.
and it can't get
warm.
and it can't get too hot. So when on a hot day, it actually drops down too. So now you have like that thing where it looks like it's like sometimes uneven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's
So
actually
you know,
regulating.
like say you hold your arm up, right? Like let it dead weight. Like, you know how like if you're dead weighting it and I'm holding it up for you, it's easier, right?
Yeah.
But if you're holding it up yourself, you can feel it wanting to fall. Is that how balls feel? Like does
No.
does it feel like easier when you have a support?
No, you could definitely feel.
I'm over here like,
Oh, when you go like this, you know?
okay, for those who are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please check out our YouTube page because all you see us is trying to grow up imaginary balls.
Grow up imagine- When you know, like when you have those yin yang balls, that I'm doing this for the
No,
Spotify
that's
people.
too heavy.
And you when you go like back and forth like that, when a girl does that to your balls, what does that feel like on the inside? Does it hurt?
If they're not careful, it does hurt.
But does it feel good?
No,
It's uncomfortable?
It sends this signal, like this shock and like pain in your stomach. It's like,
A signal.
no, because it's all nerve endings. So it sends a signal to your brain, and it could be, depending on how they're messing with it.
Yeah.
It could be crippling. You could actually.
So, wait. So why is it that like
Guys are
when
like, hold
guys-
my balls.
Or like, why can you like lick them or can you like
Play with
suck
them?
Like what
is that?
What kind of
I'm sorry. Repeat that again.
when guys want you to like mess with their balls, like when they ask you to like
Yeah, but okay.
lick them, suck them, pull that like or whatever. I don't know, pull them, but like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but the thing is like, okay, you can kind of pull on them.
But does that feel good? Is that why guys ask? Why do guys ask for this, basically?
Yeah.
If you're saying it's painful.
No. Okay. If you do it wrong, if you take your hand and then
You yank them.
Right.
you
Then
grab
obviously
them
it's painful.
and you squeeze both testicles together, it's going to be painful.
But the question is there any, is it just like a
What
cool thing, or is there actual pleasure happening when
Yeah.
we're messing with your balls, you know?
I think it's more of like the thrill of it.
Okay, that's the
I think,
question.
I think it's like when you're playing with it, it's almost like, you know what I mean? It's almost
Kind of like
it's
when
it's
guys
gonna-
play with our tits, because we don't really get anything out of that either. So,
I-
so maybe that, right?
It's more of like the nipple.
Right, but they don't.
Part.
We don't get anything when they grope us.
No,
you know? Yeah.
it's just like it just feels like fucking weight just going up.
up and down. We're all practicing.
now I know I'm just pushing weight.
Just lifting weights.
Yeah. Well, we all know that the areola and the nipple is where you concentrate on. You kind of start around and then you kind of like hover this way and hover that way.
People are gonna be like, "This is the most random."
Hi guys, it's me, Rich. Before we get back to Vince whining about why he's not on this particular podcast once again, I'm gonna tell you that you could save 10% off your next order at Mikey's Meals by using the code TheBabes10. Now, back to the episode without Vince in it.
Asking for Bastos, we're giving you bang
Hey,
bang
man, I'm
Bastos
just
gang.
saying. Yeah.
What would you? So I had this guy. A group of my coworkers back in the day. We were discussing vaginas, right?
Right.
And the guys were talking about that there's pretty pussies and not pretty
Right.
pussies.
And that's also a stigma that females run into when watching a lot of porn.
Yeah.
Their vulvas don't look
Like
all
that.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does one stereotypically constitute as, like, what falls into a pretty pussy,
Okay.
and what falls into a stereotypical guy's
Okay.
not pretty pussy?
Have you ever seen a roast beef sandwich?
I knew that this was going to be said. Yes, where it's all flappy and
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? So there's a lot of not medicine. What am I saying? There's a lot of there's a lot of like bodily functions that are involved, right? So sometimes when guys say she had a pretty pussy, a lot of it's when everything's kind of tucked in. But as you get aroused and blood starts flowing into that area, it opens up, right?
Right.
If it flowers, that's why they call it a flower.
oh,
glass
blooms.
flower.
no.
Right. So I mean, it all depends. It's like, oh man, it just that's the fun part. Sometimes when you're like looking at it, you're like, oh, it looks so nice, and all of a sudden, and it just open. It just open.
So as a guy, you feel like you like that? Is that what it is?
I mean, pussy's pussy, guys. I mean, I don't. Yeah, like, you know, guys that judge it like that, they just have way too much time on their hands.
I don't know, because I've met like a lot of my guy friends or some dudes that they're good looking dudes and they've been with like a lot of girls. And all of those guys that I've met, that's one of the uniform things compared to guys that have not been with a lot of girls. They're like, no, there's a difference.
Well,
Which
okay,
I believe
okay.
them because they've been with a lot of girls.
Sometimes so the quote unquote ugly pussies, it's easier to find landmarks.
On the inside?
Yeah, like I can like in the labia, like you have like actual.
Oh, because it's very obvious. It's,
very
not all
it's very
tucked in.
It's not all tucked in. It's all obvious. So
So like their clit is more prominent. Their labias are hanging out for you to enter. Just
yeah,
like,
it's like sometimes you have to do the if you guys have to see this in the you have to do like the tripod, right? So you open up with these two with your thumb and your ring finger, and then you have to kind of open it up like this. So it's harder.
oh, okay.
I'm curious to know if like our clit. Well, I mean, I've heard.
Are they the same?
No. I don't know. Are you open your pants? No, well, like
That's what it sounded like she was gonna say. I'm curious to know if our clits are the same.
no. What I was
I
gonna
know.
say was like the sensitivity is the same as a
Oh,
head.
the end of
head?
it, because
Penis.
they say that the shaft is like not the shaft, the
head.
The head is the most sensitive,
Yeah,
right?
it's most
I wonder
sensitive.
if it's the same as the clit. I wonder that too.
I've heard it's the same.
Same.
Yes.
But how would you really know?
Because
So like for
scientifically, the clit is a very, very small penis. It's an ungrown. It didn't develop. So you know how they say
so
like,
is it on the same spot though? Like
it's
on
the
the
same.
very
It's the
tip?
same spot, but like on
The rim?
boys, there's an extra gene that actually causes that to now grow. So everybody starts off technically, quote unquote, female,
Right.
and then there's an extra chromosome that actually enlarges that area, so that becomes your clit. It becomes the penis.
Oh,
Dang,
science.
Queer Rich is popping up with all this
Science,
facts.
guys. Science.
See, not only am I sexy, I'm smart too.
Hey.
Hey, and he drives a
And
fucking
he's
Prius.
single and he drives a Prius, so he is gas efficient, ladies. Thinking with his brain.
I don't drive a
Right.
Prius.
As long as you give him good brain.
That's so interesting to me because, like, I've had this conversation with somebody else, right? And they said, well, how would someone really know unless they were trans? Like, they transition.
I don't want that. I'm not going to talk about that. I was going to say I have a question, but I don't want to be like, because there's not a trans person here to
Right.
be represented. I don't want to
Yeah.
offend anyone, so maybe we should keep that one off table.
For sure.
Yeah, just
I'm
out
just
of respect.
curious, though.
No, I get it. Me too.
You know?
What do you mean by well?
Because we can't really
Next.
speak for them, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we can be curious, but we can't speak. So
I guess the person who was talking about it, though, was just like, maybe that's a good perspective.
yeah, that's
to
what
ask.
I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. I agree with that. Like, but we would need one here to ask, you know.
Right.
So we have to recruit some friends. Like, hey, how does it feel, bro?
I mean, they would have to be post-op,
Right.
right? And I don't know. I don't know if it's the same from female to male.
I hear it's different.
I mean, as far as like,
The feelings.
like I don't. You know, I mean, surgery nowadays. I mean, cosmetic surgery nowadays is like amazing. So it wouldn't surprise me if they can put a penis on somebody.
No, they can put a penis on someone now.
Clickety clack.
Yeah. Clickety Clack had a penis on him, and he didn't have a penis. You know what I mean?
There we go.
But I wonder about the nerve endings. If it's like a prosthetic where you can't feel, but it works like normal.
Okay, so here's the thing. I do know from this research that I read. I don't know how accurate it was, so cancel me. I don't care.
Wow, I thought he was gonna say, "Forgive me if it's wrong, cancel me." I don't care.
There was a lot of male to female, and what they did was to just invert the
Right,
penis
I heard about that.
because you still have all the nerve endings
Yeah.
to the shaft all the way to the head to
They
actually
just like flip it in and then split it. Is what I
Yeah,
hear.
exactly. And
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So, yeah.
but yeah,
Next, next question. Oh, that's another one. What, in a male's perspective, we said we were going to touch on that really quick. What constitutes as a boring female?
whoa. Oh, in bed,
Yeah.
just dead fish. Like you're just sitting there like whatever.
What if she's not a dead fish, but she's super quiet? Is that boring? Like she's
She's just like
moving
this.
around, she's doing the motions, but the face is dead and the emotions
the
are
face
dead.
is dead. Like like when she looks up at you, like nothing. Like
No,
a blank
like
stare.
she's just kind of like, but there's no sounds. There's no like moaning or groaning. She's kind of just doing
No,
it.
you will groan because you're actually like in a state of physical action. So
This is a hypothetical question.
no, I'm saying, but I'm saying
technical.
I'm saying it'll never happen. But so there's always like I've been with females that are just like their legs are like pretty much like just down.
Yeah.
And then they basically just like barely hold on to you.
Right.
But then
Like dead fish.
like dead fish, but then there's some that are like quiet, but it's all like just more like you could tell by the grip of their hands and the
So
the grip
nothing
and-
is intense. It's just kind of like super lackadaisical, no noise, no intense holding, just kind of like she's just doing the motions. Would that be boring to you? But she's getting it done. There's just nothing exciting. Like there's none of there's none of that.
Yeah, I mean eventually it would become boring.
So do you think being audible is a deal breaker for you?
Being inaudible, you mean?
Yeah, inaudible.
No.
No.
He's all pussy. Is pussy.
I'm not gonna look. There's just a lot of guys with their like they have all these rules like okay listen.
Listen.
Well, listen up here, bucko.
What about you? What if you had a guy that was way loud? Like more
I had one.
like
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
If you guys know what episode we're talking about, make sure you guys put it in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah. No. The whole
I'm hearing the sound in my head.
the grunting thing. I just like the. I can't do it.
Have you ever had a girl that was like too emotive, like
Okay.
did too much during it?
So I was with this girl once, and she was speaking to me in a Filipino dialect.
Oh, weird! Oh my gosh!
But the thing is that you know like,
Filipino. I'm sorry, I'm Filipino and I'm very proud of my culture. But there's no way that shit sounds sexy during sex.
It isn't, because literally if you translate like shit from like just do it right now.
I don't want to. It's gross. What?
Like just
Like putang ina shit.
no, not even that, because those are expressions.
Ang pek ko.
No, because there's actually like there in a different dialect, it's like it just sounds so gross.
I know. Well, in any.
No, like pek
Ang
pek, like
titi mong
ang
malaki.
yeah. like titi and pek pek, they're both repeating sounds, right? So
Right.
they're a little bit on the
Childish side.
yeah, exactly. But like if you actually get to like the technical term or like mahapdi ng
Oh yeah.
you know, and then like oh yung mahapdi na
Oh God, I don't like it.
Translate.
Mahapdi is like it's deep, you know.
No, mahapdi is like it's like burning.
Burning, yeah.
It's like burning. Mahapdi na, mahapdi ng pukay ko.
Oh my God, stop.
And then it just doesn't sound right.
It sounds like your parent telling you something's happening. Like,
Oh my God. Oh, can I just take off these headphones, please?
Why?
I can't.
she's imagining it.
No, it's just when I heard it, I was like, holy fuck! What the fuck?
Did it weird you out? A little bit, right?
And I giggled.
Did
but
you
I
get some
can't-
shrinkage?
No, hell no. Come on.
Come on. He's like, I'm not gonna let that weigh me down. Let's go.
It just
Did you put some earplugs in?
no.
But what about when girls speak to you in like Spanish? You like that shit? You know you do. You're like Poppy.
Yeah, papi, no.
He's like, yes.
Like he's already
my
getting hard
God.
just thinking about it.
Okay, it's gonna be okay.
Hey, where's Vince? I need water.
How about you? What makes a guy boring in bed?
When there's like no emotion at all, I fucking hate that.
Just thrusting.
Yeah, he's just like, or he's fucking watching TV.
The TV watching.
The TV watching is fucking.
I'm glad that
boring.
you said what, because that means you don't do that, and that's
Hell no.
fucking stupid.
What else?
I'm looking at titties. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Well, they say the guys. Well, we've talked about this. The guys say like it helps them last longer or something. But I'm like, don't like obviously watch the TV.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm gonna tell you guys how to last longer. It's called stamina and working the fuck out,
that's true.
and then learning to pace yourself. It's about the marathon.
There you go. See, coming from the science guy,
Slow it
steady
down.
wins the race.
Because a lot of guys, and I had to learn this myself, is that when a girl starts to really get into it, you speed up, but you technically shouldn't. Keep the same pace.
Yes.
Yes.
Keep the same. It's the same as when you're going down on a girl. If you hit that spot and she goes, oh, and then a lot of guys go, oh,
Yeah, they get all
faster.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Relax, calm down, relax, and just keep going. Same pace, over and over.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
If you have
he
to,
knows what he's talking
if you
about.
have to close your fucking eyes and just go into a dark spot, like into the darkness, right? Just into the void.
Into the void.
Just sit there.
Same
And
pace.
Then all of a sudden, the inner side of her thighs will just start to clamp on your head, and you're done. That's all it is. I'm telling you.
Anyways, so Ari, what is some boring things that you've I would say like that is a guy.
Apparently not me.
He's like, girls, I'm single again. Like I said,
This is my
boring
calling
things.
card.
In bed. Let's see. Just the same move every single time.
Yes.
Like I'm not like a exhibitionist. Like we don't need to do something fucking crazy every time. But if we do the same position every single time, every single day, every time we lay down, then it starts to get really boring for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want there to be a little bit of like angle movement or
Yeah, and
switcheroo here and there. I'll be on top sometimes, you be on bottom sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it would be really courteous if you guys see us like, okay, we're getting tired of bouncing. Like, let's switch it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I know we got the Megan Thee Stallion knees, but them babies don't last forever.
I had a girl tell me once, she's like, "Fuck it, I can't do this. I'm not good." She just
She wasn't
couldn't
good at
handle-
riding.
Yeah, she wasn't good at riding.
Oh, that's too bad. She needs to do squats to strengthen them thighs.
Man, it's just them titties are heavy.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. It does get tiring, but the fact that she was just like, did she give up quickly? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But she didn't end up like grinding at least either.
Yeah, because that's a rest. That's a resting point. Like
Yeah.
when you do the grind.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
okay,
true.
whatever.
She was just lazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
But are you guys opposed to like tools like books? Like so, like when you say like with your position, so you have like the karma.
Oh, not at all.
Sutra.
I think that shit's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into that. Like, I'm into exploring and stuff like that. As long as it's not like weird shit. Like, I'm not gonna do no fucking like shit on me, things like that. Like, I can't get into the weird fetishes, but I'm all about trying new shit.
So I used to have this board game. It's called something we had to deal with chocolate. So I had like this little bottles of chocolate with like a paintbrush. So as you're going through the game, it actually starts going like, oh, take off a pair of like take out a piece of clothing. Then eventually you get to like, you pick a card that says, draw a heart on this part of the body.
Ooh.
And then draw a circle on this part of the body. Then as the game progresses, you're pulling cards to go, now you have a choice to, you tell your opponent that they have to lick one of the symbols.
like the circle or something like
Yeah.
that. Oh, that sounds fun.
What game is that?
I forget the name of it, but the thing is,
She's like, I'm about to cop that game for me and Boo.
no, but the thing is like you guys can't touch each other without pulling cards and actually have it dictate. So as you guys sit there naked in front of each other, it's like the most like
Oh, it gets hot because
there's,
like
tension.
you want to just hop, but you can't until the card pops up for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
I
you
like
just-
it. I like
you're
it.
you're sitting there like awful, and then it's like you keep playing this game, and it's almost.
Did you ever make it to all of the game, or did you always have to stop mid game? Because you guys got too hot and heavy.
Yeah, you. That's the thing.
That's the point,
you
right?
You get too hot and
Damn,
heavy.
it sounds like Squid Games and shit.
I know, right? That's so
Fuck.
funny.
That's insane.
I'm all like, silence.
We're all thinking about the game.
we all were thinking about it. We're like, I wonder what that's called.
No, there's some things like I do want to try is like some of those games that they have, and then like just to spice it up because I feel like that's super important, especially in a sexual relationship, because things will get old. But then when you get those little spices, it's like, oh shit, it's like a hard reset.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a thing like, just out of curiosity, when you were in a long-term relationship or your current one, like I have a friend that every time they stay at a hotel, they have to do it in the new hotel.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you guys have a thing like every time we have to do this?
No. I mean, I've never had it like that.
Do you always want your woman to finish, or do you not care? Like, you know how guys usually come first?
Yes,
you
let's
finish them
hear
off?
this.
Do you think the guy should finish the girl off?
I mean, sometimes if it's a quickie, there's nothing you can do about it. If it's one of those things where you just like, as we spoke about earlier, it's like, it could just be like one of those things, just like wham bam thank you ma'am, and it's like the wham bam thank you ma'am ain't about necessarily.
girl?
It's not about the girl.
At least you're honest. That's honest. 'cause I
That's
think
very
that's
true. That's very
The wham
true.
bam thank you ma'am is definitely for the male. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
In the whole alleyways in Chula Vista, That's definitely for me. That ain't for you. It takes forever. I mean, it takes much longer.
Yeah.
And I think for the woman, it's a lot more emotional, I guess. There's a lot
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes. But if you want her to come quick, bring a vibrator.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Vibrators can do things men cannot do. So
Yes.
you can't compare to that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about toys in the bedroom?
I don't mind them.
Okay, that's good. Because I know some men that are like, I was actually surprised. I met a couple of guys that were like my coworkers, and we would like talk about it, and they'd be like, no, I'm not down. Like, if my woman did that, like, blah, 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 that means I'm not good enough. I'm just like, that's insecurity. That's insecurity. Do you like toys? Oh, yeah, you just said that. Bring a vibrator.
I mean, sometimes like sex can get tiring. So you bring a toy, you get done
It's a
pretty
break,
fucking fast.
right?
You get done pretty fast. So stretch your arms a little.
I know, right? You're like, take a little breather here while I hold this here.
You're like, hold this for like 2 seconds. Hold on.
I don't know. Guys are fucking weird. Like, just bring the toy in. Like,
I know. I don't know why you're going to be threatened by an inanimate object, right? Like, it doesn't even have a voice. Like, you know?
They can't even tell you to shut the fuck up.
I know, right?
I mean, like, look, the toy is getting your woman to that point, but you're still putting your fucking dick in her.
Right, exactly.
Yes. And if anything, like, it's making it more pleasurable for you, because if you get her off already first, then she's like, fuck, let's keep. I mean,
Keep going,
most of the time, I feel like, I've never met any other females that were like, no, I'm done.
Yeah. They'll go as long as the guy is able to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, have you guys ever done any role play?
No, I've never been. So
I've
that's
always
what's
wanted to
crazy.
try.
As freaky as I am, I've never been a role play person.
Like, you've never been like, let's say you and Anthony go hang out, like, to dinner, and then you guys go separate.
Yeah, no, that'd be
And
kind
then
of cool though.
he'd pick you up.
Well, when you put it like that, because I think when people think role play, they think like sexy nurse and doctor
Yeah.
and shit. But
No.
I think that's hella cool what you just said, where you like act like it's new almost all of a sudden. Like, that's
Ooh.
cool.
That's a homework assignment for you guys. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to go study with me.
He's like, we can study. We can do that homework assignment.
I think that'd be fun.
We should. We should make our men do it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if
And then
you,
you should film it to see if they do any good.
Yeah.
for our OnlyFans.
I know. Oh, yeah.
No, but like let's say you guys go to LA, and then you know that there's this revolving restaurant in the hotel. So you already have the room, but you go up there and then you pretend like, like, hey, you meet up at the bar or whatever.
That
have a
sounds like
dinner, and then-
fucking 50 Shades type shit. I like that. You
Yeah.
know? I'm like, this is, see? Good job, Queerish.
like, every guy wants it like that. They're just scared to actually vocalize it.
So
I don't know. Some guys are lazy as fuck. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying though. It's just because, I mean, it's, again, look, you watch it in the movies, you watch it in your porn.
Mm-hmm.
You want it that way, but sometimes guys just do not have the self-esteem and the confidence to pull it off.
That's true.
So would you prefer if your woman be like, hey, babe, like, this is what we're going to try. Meet me here at this time. Like, how would you want it set up?
I think it's more like, just mutual planning. Like, this is what we're going to do. I think it'd be fun. And you meet me here and you see if you can take me home.
Do you think it's sexy when girls take the lead? Like, if she shows up to your office in just a trench coat or some shit like that? Like, do you think that that's hot?
I think anything to spice up your relationship, as long as it's done
Tactfully.
is perfect. I mean, like, for me, sex is not a taboo.
Yeah.
Like sex work is not taboo for me.
Keeps the relationship young, I feel.
Yeah, and I think it just
Taking notes.
Imagine if you just
Hey, bae. She needs
I know. Anniversary's coming
adventures
up. Just saying.
these are ideas.
these are ideas,
Vibrators, pretend stranger date.
and you guys don't even have to go far. You know where the Golden Acorn Casino is in Alpine?
Yeah.
Back in that area, like, I forget the name of the spot.
There's an alley.
No, there's actually there's there's actually cabins that you could rent for the weekend.
Oh,
that's
really?
cute.
Yeah, and then at the bottom floor there's a bed and then a jacuzzi. And then there's
Oh.
What?
there's also an upstairs loft with another bed. And you know
You can have orgies. No, I'm just kidding.
pretty much, and then you can schedule a massage,
Oh, that's
a couple's massage.
What the fuck, Queer Rich? How do you know this?
Because look, I know these things.
I've been around, he says.
Because look, you have to find excitement, and whenever you're with somebody, you always want to create adventures.
Yes.
I love that. See,
But that's again.
but not all guys have that mentality.
But it took me
Some
it
of
took me
them
having
want
to
to-
fix it. Remember?
look on their phones and shit.
So wait, what you trying to
Shit.
say is we need to like break something so they can fix it?
No, I just think for me, it took
How
me.
do we get a man that's not like that to become like that? Go ahead, Queer Rich, school us.
Block.
How do you get a guy like not like that to be like that? I think just growth. I think that sometimes too, if guys are surrounded by the same like-minded guys,
Right.
they're good. They're good to go. Like and I think that's why whenever you see friends that are growing up, and then it's like sometimes even if you guys are a big group, there's always like that little pockets, right?
Yeah.
And there's always going to be like that 2 or 3 like homies that have families, and they tend to do those romantic things. Well, then there's the 2 or 3 that still hang out and like just drink in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
You surround yourself with that kind of
Like-minded people.
like-minded people.
That's going to be another episode on a podcast. I feel like that's
Yeah.
a good topic we should definitely discuss is like you
hanging
are.
out with like who you are, who you hang out with, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
For sure.
Well, I mean, we've been talking about vaginas and penises and women and men and being pretending to be them for like 50 minutes now. I think
Yeah.
we've covered a lot of ground on vages and dicks.
So keep your shit clean.
I still want boobas.
I still want to feel like what it's like to hold the ball.
I want to know.
I mean,
if
you've
it's
never
the same.
held the balls,
No, like as a man, what that feeling feels
but
like.
you know how you feel how light it is, right?
Yeah.
There's no feeling.
You know what? Just stop killing my dreams of wanting to hold the ball.
Just don't squeeze them together.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to be like, Queer Rich says this doesn't feel like anything. Is that right? Just kidding.
I'm going to try it tonight.
Aggrate's going to be like, fuck, Rich.
Like, sorry, bro.
bad.
So let's end it on a good note.
Okay, what's that good note?
How much?
Get the head, get the vibrator,
Get the head, get the vibrator, get the
get the bread,
adventures,
get the head. Don't leave.
and
Peace
leave
out.
together. Yeah. All right. I think that's it. We're going to call this one a stream, you guys. We hope you learned something, and we will see you guys on the next one. Oh, and don't forget, we are not only available here on YouTube as you guys are watching us, you can also listen to us
On Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Google Podcasts.
and Anchor.
Yes.
And by the way, this probably will never make it to YouTube just because of the topics, but it'll be available for your listening pleasure.
Man. Okay, what he said.
Dang it.
All right.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.